Hey guys, welcome back to the Smash Brothers review session. I'm one of your hosts, Leo, and here we got,
Cheesy.
and it's just us two today. JR unfortunately is ill, but today we're reviewing Daima episode 13. Let's go.
Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah, so this one's a bit more of a, I guess, even off cam, you said it was more of a filler episode, right? Just more of a chilled episode.
Yeah, it felt like it was like sort of. I feel like literally the first scene was the most relevant part of it, and then after that, it just felt like um they just sort of needed an episode in the middle somewhere to
Yeah, to
extend
slow the pace.
Yeah, I mean, because it was really, really fast paced for the last like two, three episodes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, it felt like they were just sort of slowing it down a little bit, bringing us back to like, okay, we're still here in this brand new world. Let's go and explore it, kind of thing.
Yeah. Which, I mean, normally I wouldn't mind too much. And to be honest, I thought the episode was pretty decent. But I
Yeah,
suppose I've heard this series isn't going to be too long. I think it's like 20 episodes. So 20 episode series. We're at 13 now. I
yeah,
think we need, we already had a lot of this type of episodes before as well. So it'd be
I mean,
nice if we had less of this.
yeah.
But
I think we had like two or three episodes of the 13. If we include this, maybe four episodes. So I mean, the
yeah, maybe
ratio's
for,
not too bad. The ratio's
well,
not too bad.
four in a 20 episode series, I think it is a bit bad because four, I would accept four, maybe like in a 50. But when
Yeah,
when you're a 20 series, pretty much every episode needs to be banging for what the story is.
yeah. Like
Otherwise, then you're
actually
talking about
needs to.
long
Yeah,
term stories. Yeah.
yeah.
Then yeah,
No.
because I mean, even though let's not go into this too much, but let's say OG Dragon Ball, even though it's a long anime, there isn't too much filler. They do extend certain scenes, but I think people prefer extending the fighting scenes rather than irrelevant fighting scenes.
Yeah,
But like I was saying, I still think this episode was actually pretty good. I mean, like you were saying at the start, that was probably the only information part we got that was relevant to the story, where they actually shut off the
yeah.
gate going to World 1, so they can't. Well, we don't know how they're gonna get there.
No, we don't. We don't.
It seems Gorio knows because he got the phone call from Arasu,
Yeah,
so he
yeah.
knows. And I don't know if he's gonna turn anyone. Well, he can't turn anyone because he has to keep it a secret until everyone else figures out, right?
Mm. I feel like there's gonna be something where I forget her name. The witch. What's her name?
I don't remember
That
the which one.
control. No, the one that controls Hu
Arasu,
and Du. Yes, Arasu.
Arasu, yeah.
Yes, yeah. So I feel like obviously she's gonna do something to get what's the portal name again? I'm terrible with names, so I can never remember.
Oh, I can't remember actually. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Something. They always call him Summer. They always call him Summer, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Warp
Warp
summer. Warp summer.
Summer. Warp
Yes,
Summer.
warp
Yeah,
summer.
there you go. There
Yeah,
you go.
yeah, yeah. So I feel like she's gonna just turn warp summer back on, like not straight away, but more so like probably once Golorio and the group
I'm in
they
place.
arrive. Yeah, when they're ready to actually get through, she's gonna turn it on so that they can get through.
Yeah, no, probably you're probably right because I mean, she was there in her kingdom watching all this happening, and I'm wondering why no one's
Exactly.
confronted her yet. Like, why her brother or the current demon lord, demon king, hasn't confronted her on
That is
anything
so
yet.
true. Yeah, that is so true. So true.
Definitely from the last couple episodes, but I guess we'll see. But coming into the demon king, the way he's treating her brother, and he doesn't. Her brother's just weird because he's like he seems like he's all on board on this, but then he seems like really pussied out and he seems like really wumpy. And it's like, oh, why do I have to do this? I can't. We've never done this before. It's like I'm not really sure what his role is here. Why is he so for the
To me,
demon
you know what
lord?
it comes across like.
What's that?
So obviously, he's brother. Obviously, his brother is what's it?
Shin.
Supreme Kai. Yeah,
Yeah.
Shin. Yeah. So I feel like he's got that side of him where he's like, "This is my job, so I have to do it." Right.
Okay. Yeah.
But but obviously inside he knows this isn't the right thing to do. But because he's so sort of loyal to his job and his role of what he has to do, he's doing it. Do you know what I mean? Even though it
Yeah.
goes against everything probably that he believes in.
Yeah, probably because we haven't seen him do anything here. He's just there all the time, getting shouted at, and he's like, "Oh no, no, no. Okay, I'll fix it."
Literally,
Literally, yeah.
literally, yeah.
I don't know what his role is. I don't know how he feels about all this stuff going on. But
Mm,
maybe it's
mm,
irrelevant.
mm, mm.
We'll find out. But
I,
yeah, the shaft. Oh, gone.
I feel like he's still got a part to play in all of this. Now,
Yeah,
whether it's gonna be him joining Shin or joining his sister
yeah.
Arisu.
Obviously, yeah.
I, yeah, I feel like at some point he's gonna come at that crossroads where he has to decide which way he's gonna go, because I
Mm.
can't see him like being with Goma the whole time. Like I just can't, like, because of what we've just said about obviously him having like an inner conflict.
Yeah, and Goma doesn't. I mean, doesn't do anything. Like they so far they said, oh, don't get overconfident. He's a wizard. He has power. Like Shin has said that a couple times and stuff, and other people have said that, but
Yeah.
we haven't seen him do anything yet, so we have no idea his capabilities.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing that I've noticed with like Dragon Ball in general is like the goofier the characters, they tend to be a lot more powerful, but it just gets played down because of how goofy or whatever they look like in their appearance and so forth.
Yeah, that's well. The thing is, that's true, but it's also not always set in stone. 'Cause remember Monaka?
Yeah, yeah,
Everyone thought
yeah. Oh,
Monaka
yeah.
was the one. Monaka ain't shit.
No, he
Monaka ain't
went shit.
shit.
But he was a little bit different because he wasn't goofy in the sense of like let's use Goma
Okay,
as an example
he
here.
didn't
Like,
act
because
goofy.
yeah, yeah. Like but the thing is with Monaco is like he just looked so plain. That's the
No, but he
thing.
looks goofy. He's got big nipples poking out, like literally those
No, no,
nipples. Some
no.
skinny, scrawny guy. Eh? He's
No,
goofy as fuck, but he doesn't act
no,
that.
no. That's the thing. Yeah, like he doesn't have that personality that you would expect
Mm,
to come with it. Yeah. So yeah, I
yeah,
mean, yeah, he's the outlier. He's the
yeah.
outlier
We,
in all of
we,
that.
we gotta see. We gotta see. But maybe
Yeah,
right.
for
Maybe
sure.
Gomo's like the strongest guy ever. But if he is the strongest guy ever, he's not doing anything. He's shook.
Mm.
But we'll
I
see.
don't
We'll
feel
see what
like,
happens
yeah,
when they get there.
yeah. I mean, we did find out as well, obviously, about this episode that technically there's only two worlds where there's like beings that are stronger than probably any other being in the demon world on
Oh yeah,
those
with
two
the
planets. Well,
giants, we got
yeah,
the giant planet that they land on because the ship. I don't know. I can't remember why the ship.
engine failure or something
Yeah,
like that. I think it
but
was. Yeah,
I guess because of the Kraken last episode and all that stuff. But
yeah.
I guess it's one of those things. It's like again, they've had so many like issues with vehicles in
Mm,
the series.
mm,
It does kind of
yeah.
feel a bit lazy.
It feels
Of
played out now, isn't it?
Yeah, once fine, but if you're gonna keep on doing it, it's just literally like, oh, this is a way for me to slow down the story. It's not the story developing itself. It's okay. I need to slow down. Shit
Mm,
problems all the time. Shit
yeah,
problems. There's so many other things they could do, but they always do shit problems.
yeah, yeah.
Granted, the places they landed was actually pretty cool. It's the animation, the art style was really nice,
Yeah.
and I like the environment. But
Mm.
shit, shit problems.
Speaking of the art style and the animation and everything, I can't lie, right? Yeah, that episode, I genuinely felt immersed while watching it. I can't like, I have to give the animators props for that because, like, and and I already know what's gonna come when I say what I'm about to say from you, right? Yeah.
Go for it.
So, recently on the One Piece manga, they've just arrived at the Giants
Well, you
Island,
don't want to
right?
spoil.
And
That's spoiling. That's spoiling. That's spoiling.
okay, no, 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 I'm not gonna spoil anything like in terms of
But that's
what's
that's still spoiling.
happening.
That's still spoiling though.
It's not because in the anime as well, like they know that that's where they're heading. That's the thing, right? So
Okay.
all I was
Okay.
gonna all I was gonna say is that, so like obviously I've not watched the anime is not caught up to the manga and everything yet. So obviously it's two different forms of media, right? So but what I will say is this: in that episode of Daima, I genuinely felt like, oh my god, everything is humongous, like
Mm.
huge, right? And in the manga of One Piece, like when I was reading it and so forth, they're like quite a few chapters into being on the Giant's Island and so forth, right?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't, it genuinely doesn't feel like they're on an island where like these
Giants
beings that
live.
are, yeah, do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
obviously,
Yeah.
obviously, reading and watching two different things, right? Completely, like if anyone in the comments when they watch this is gonna say that, I understand. I completely understand where you guys are coming from. I'm literally trying to address that here now. But like it still didn't feel like it when I was reading it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like that
Yeah.
feeling of, oh my god, I'm on this flipping island where like everything is like 1,000 times bigger than myself. But they did that. I think they did that very well in this episode.
Yeah, no, to be honest, I agree that I think they did do it really well.
Mm.
It made you really feel like, yeah, everything's giant, everything's crazy. Like this giant little kid comes. He's just a kid. I'm like, this
Yeah,
is a kid. This guy's
bro, this is
beast,
a kid. Even
bro.
the dog was huge,
Yeah, dog was huge and everything,
huge.
and you really see, I guess, the dynamic of fighting something that much bigger. Even though, yeah, they're
Mm.
in the kid forms, but still, it's like, damn, like it's a lot of pressure. It took freedom fighting, and even then, I mean, they did
They
nothing to the
just
kid.
about yeah, and they just about escaped.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they were trying to kill the kid, like obviously,
Mhm.
but
I
they
don't think they
still
could,
had
even if they tried.
struggles. I think they could if they really wanted to. I mean, they can blow up
Maybe,
planets. I'm pretty sure they can blow up
maybe,
these kids, but
yeah,
it's not like
true.
it's not something they want to do. It's not something they
Yeah,
want to do.
yeah, 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 yeah.
But they found it difficult to immobilize him while protecting the ship, but probably
Yeah,
not killing
yeah.
him.
Mm, mm,
I
mm,
mean,
mm.
because Goku went to Super Saiyan level 2. No, I think he went 1. Vegeta was on 1 as well. And they were trying. They were actually trying at least to stop him.
I think he went to two when he fell into
The
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 Giants
bag.
book bag, innit? Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
probably.
he
Yeah,
went to
probably.
two there, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
So it's interesting. I mean, we haven't seen many giant stuff that often in Dragon Ball.
Mm,
They do come once in a while, like, the Great Apes, Giant Piccolo back in original Dragon Ball and all that stuff.
mm,
You don't
mm,
see it
mm.
often.
But
But it
I
was
don't think it was
interesting.
to this scale. I don't think it was to this
No, no.
scale though. Like,
No, this
because
is
these
much,
giants,
much bigger.
yeah. And the crazy thing is, which they mentioned, is that there's another world with giants that are even bigger than
Even
the
bigger.
adult giant that are adult giants on this planet on this world that they've landed on. Like, and to even try and fathom like an idea of what that would be, it just like I can't
Yeah.
even like imagine. They look like flies to these guys right now. So
Mm-hmm.
they probably look like atoms to
Bro,
yeah, it's
I,
crazy.
I want to see it just to conceptualize it. Like,
Yeah,
but we're not going to see it. I think it's just a
nah,
throwaway line. Like, yeah, it's
yeah,
just throwaway.
yeah. I don't think, and even if they did try, I just don't think it's possible to even try and animate something like that.
Not in a good way, no.
Not in a good way, no.
Um, but yeah, they escaped. And I
Mm,
guess we'll see what happens next episode. But I think it was an okay episode. I don't think it was bad. My only
no,
issue was that we've seen a lot of this stop and start, and we've only got 7 episodes left. We don't know where the story's gonna go. They need to keep on the ball more often. I get that last episode was a peak one, but still, a ship breaking down all the time. Let's play this part.
yeah.
Let's play
I
this part.
mean, because of the fact that obviously you've said that it's like what 22 episodes you
20
said?
episodes, I think. 20 episodes.
Oh,
So 7 more.
20. Okay. Yeah. So they like from I feel like from here on out, it's gonna be a case of they're just gonna tell the story now. There's not gonna be any sort of like, oh yeah, let's slow it down. I just can't see that happening now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It
well, let's
would
hope so.
yeah. And another thing as well, I think we mentioned it either last episode or the episode before, right? Yeah. So you know them Goma turning off Warp Summer, right?
Yeah.
I'm so sure one of us mentioned that. I think it might have
Yeah,
been
yeah.
yourself.
JR, not JR. JR
Oh, okay,
coined it. He
okay.
said he thinks they're gonna turn it off.
Mm, yeah, and he called it. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. He
and he
called it.
was
Yeah.
and he was right. And so I wanted to ask you actually a quick question about that, right? Yeah.
Hmm.
Is it good writing that the fact that we can predict sort of what's gonna be happening?
I think that's a difficult question, and it's bigger than this episode. But I think good writing, good writing can still be plain, as in it can be predictable,
Yeah,
but it needs to also be exciting while also being predictable. Maybe not
yeah,
too predictable. It depends.
mm,
But because let's say let's say if there was a story where in the end it was just like, oh, they flip the switch and the whole universe blows up. Yeah, that no
yeah.
one expected that, but does that make it good? Not really.
No, no, no,
It
no, no,
doesn't.
no.
It doesn't. So the fact it makes sense is because you can put A to B of where the story is going. It makes
Yeah,
sense chronologically of where it's going to go. because
Yeah.
the story you're building makes sense to people's mindset,
Yes.
and that
Agreed.
is that is a part of what a good story does.
Yeah.
But sometimes, depending on the media, Dragon Ball isn't like a thriller with like tricky scenes and all this stuff.
Mm. Where it
If it's a
leaves
more
mystery or something. Yeah.
if it's more mystery, then obviously you expect those predictions to be a bit more loose, like a bit harder. You have to put on different spots, but that's not Dragon Ball. That's
No.
something else.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Yeah.
but
Because
yeah,
that's what I was thinking when I was watching the episode. Because I was like, instantly when we saw Goma obviously saying to turn it off, I was like, yo, Jake like literally called that. He just called it. Like, and I just thought, does that make it bad that we're able to predict it, or is it just sort of because the way I was thinking about it was is that like us fans, obviously, we're gonna put our theories together, right?
yeah,
And we're
yeah. That's what
gonna
we do.
obviously, yeah. So does it mean that the writers are? I mean, obviously, these are already pre-written pretty much anyway. So like, does it mean that the writing is bad if we're able to predict it, or does it mean that what we actually want is gonna happen? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends
Yeah,
on too
it
many
depends on
things.
the
But yeah,
yeah,
I get why you asked that question. Yeah,
yeah. But yeah,
but I
it was
think we should.
like you said, it was a good episode overall.
Yeah, it'll be good
Ish.
to wrap up now. Unless you have
Yeah.
any last thoughts, I don't think I have any. It was
I
pretty
mean,
much. I guess we'll see what happens next episode. How they're going to get
yeah,
to Planet
yeah,
One. What Gordio's going to do? Because she's saying, "Yeah, I got 3 Dragon Balls now." What's their plan to
yes.
steal the Dragon Ball? Who knows?
How she actually physically gonna get possession of them is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, because we've seen how strong Glorio is. He doesn't scale up to Dragon. He doesn't even scale up to base Goku.
But
So
okay, quick
so if
question
he
though
does,
about that
okay, go for it. Go for it.
is, do you think he's hiding his powers?
I don't think he's hiding his powers. He's been
No.
astonished at every single moment anything's happened with Goku and everyone else.
Mm, okay.
I don't
Yeah.
think he's
Fair.
hiding any powers. He might be a bit stronger, but I don't think he's that much stronger
Okay.
to make a
Fair enough.
difference. If
Yeah.
he was, I don't see the. He wouldn't be so forceful on Majin Q and Majin
Yeah.
Buu. So he would have literally
Yeah.
just asked him, get the Dragon Balls for me. And they would have done it.
That's yeah. No. Okay. That's very true. That's very
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But I guess we'll see. So
Mhm.
rating out of 10, what's your rating for today?
I'll give it like a 6. I know that
Okay.
might be quite low, but I think that's a fair rating for it.
That's fair. That's fair. For me, I think for the episode itself, I suppose I'd say like 7.5. But because we've seen this trope happen so much, probably like maybe 6.5 or 7. Just because we've seen the
Okay.
trope like throughout the
Yeah.
series too much.
Yeah.
If they're gonna do something like this, they need to do it in a more interesting way rather than just the ship broke. Now we're here. I mean, the planet. I like it. It's interesting, but still more interesting would be much better.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed.
Cool. What else we got for you today, guys? Thanks for coming. Check out the podcast, check out our other episodes because we've been reviewing Daima since pretty much episode 1, I believe. So yeah,
Yeah.
let us know what you think. It's been good. Thanks, and we'll catch you guys next time. See ya.
Peace.